Violence in Pittsylvania County tonight, but a peaceful resolution. We know 3 deputies were injured while trying to serve warrants and a protective order at a home outside of Gretna, there in the county. Your hometown station had been on the ground there at the scene for hours, and that's where we join our own Mitch Carr live at the scene. So, Mitch, what did we just hear from the sheriff and other investigators?
Kate, we just had a media briefing here from the sheriff of Pittsylvania County, Mike Taylor, as well as the Commonwealth's attorney and the Virginia State Police. What happened was earlier today around 5 o'clock, Pittsylvania sheriff's deputies were trying to serve a warrant, exactly multiple warrants, on a suspect named James Andrew Leonard. And when they approached the house trying to serve him warrants for brandishing a firearm and a protective order, according to the sheriff, the suspect then opened fire on police officers. Now, amazingly, fortunately for these deputies, they were struck not by the bullets fired, according to the sheriff, by Mr. Leonard. Instead, they were struck by shrapnel. There were 3 deputies that were injured in this case, and all 3 of them have non-life-threatening injuries, and they're doing okay. Only one of them was taken to the local emergency room, and we're understanding that that was for an abundance of caution. I asked the sheriff if what his deputies did when serving these warrants was the typical way that they should be serving the warrants. And here's what he had to say about the typicalness or not of this incident.
Well, we're not supposed to be shot, but yes, they did follow the process. And, you have to be careful at all times, of course. And these are seasoned officers, and they were using their precautions just like we do countless times during the week.
So this suspect was eventually taken into custody peacefully. So nobody here lost their lives, not any of the deputies, not the suspect in this case. He's currently in the Pittsylvania County Jail. We're awaiting new charges. Again, there were already charges for which the warrants were being served on him. There will be new charges as a result of this. The Commonwealth's attorney here in Pittsylvania County did not want to say exactly what those charges may be because he said it's a legal process. He is innocent until proven guilty, and we're going to go through this legal process, and he invited us to court to see exactly what happened. Now, meanwhile, this is the second violent incident that's happened within the last month. You might remember at the end of July, there was a Franklin County High School basketball coach who was shot and killed just a few miles from where this took place. So we asked some folks that live in Gretna and around the area exactly how they felt about these violent incidents, and here's what one of them had to say.
I was shocked. I didn't really believe it at first. Yes, it does. Because like I said, you really don't hear stuff like that happen around here.
So Virginia State Police is going to be investigating this. I talked to Sheriff Mike Taylor just moments ago, and he said that because their deputies were the ones involved here, because they were shot, it might seem unfair to the suspect in this case that it's Pittsylvania County that's doing the investigation. So VSP, the Virginia State Police, will take over this investigation. They told us they will have more information for us later. But as of now, all we know is the most important part, which is that all law enforcement are safe. Most of them are unhurt. Those that are completely okay, and there are no life-threatening injuries. The suspect was also taken peacefully into custody. So at the end of the day, a very scary situation here in Pittsville, in Pittsylvania County, but a very peaceful resolution, and Kate, we're all very thankful for that.
Absolutely. That's what you want to see after a hectic night like tonight in Pittsylvania County. And again, like Mitch just said, the suspect, James Andrew Leonard, is expected to be arraigned tomorrow at the earliest. So Mitch Carr, live in Pittsylvania County, thank you for that update.